Hey, everybody, and welcome to Fonecallz. I am Viper,
And I am Axelrod.
and this is a whole new, brand new podcast. Just kidding. It's the same old podcast you're used to.
Same old shit.
Same old garbage you're used to funneling down into your ear holes, and we thank you for it.
We do. We thank you for internalizing the poo-poo caca that
We thank
we are
you
putting out in the world.
for letting down in front of your ears, because your brain is a sacred space, and there's like a velvet rope in front of your ears that a bouncer has to like let information in. And so we thank you for letting that velvet rope down so that Aaron and I could slip into your little club and, just hang out and schmooze and
We're the schmoozers.
tickle
We
your-
come in and we're just like, oh, we don't got any money, but you got any drinks here?
come on, I'll bring like 5 of my friends here and like they'll buy drinks. Just give me like 2.
Let's go. Yeah, that's
you
us.
know, working when I worked at a bar for a while, Aaron, you get to interact with a lot of people.
What kind of people? What kind of people go to
Dude.
bars?
People who want to have a good time, people who want to forget a bad time, people who they get like they just want to be out. They just want to be out and about. You get introverts, you get extroverts, you get superverts.
Ooh, what's
You
a
get
supervert?
Supervert is a someone who is both things at once.
Whoa. Wait,
I can't-
Kendrick Lamar have like a lyric or something? Introverted, extrovert, or something. Yeah. Well, on
Yeah.
the topic of that, we're talking people. Okay. We're talking all kinds of people.
What a broad topic. Who knows where it's gonna go?
Who knows? That's kind of the fun of these. It's like, oh, what could we possibly get into? I pulled up because people again. It's
It's a funny topic.
It is a funny topic. Well, I was thinking too when we decided on it, was like, what exactly? How do you even break down? Like, what do you really cover? There's so much to cover, and my first thought went to like, interesting facts about humans, which there are some. Here's a couple
Read me this listicle.
from Newsweek. Number 1, you contain trillions of bacteria.
Wow.
I was kind of surprised that was number 1 though, because that I feel like is pretty common knowledge.
We know that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's like, oh. This one I didn't know, but if I thought about it hard enough, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense.
If you traveled back in time though and told people that, they would burn you at the stake.
Yeah, they'd be like, what?
Yeah.
What word is trillion?
First they'd ask you about the jeans you're wearing. They'd be like, "What is I don't know," or they would ask you
make
what your
fun of me for my jeans being so tight.
They would make fun of your Jinko jeans because you're wearing Jinko jeans in this scenario.
Your eye is your fastest muscle.
I'm darting mine around right now.
Capable of contracting in less than 1/100th of a second. There you go.
tell my girlfriend that. Get it? That's like a
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
There's this one. This is stupid. When we breathe, we favor one nostril. Do you think you favor a nostril?
I don't think I consciously do.
But do you think breathing now you can think of which one you're favoring?
I think my right one.
And that's what my gut says.
But I can't tell if maybe the left one's just kind of stuffed,
Well, I think my right nostril is bigger than my left. Sometimes I'll look and it just seems like it's bigger.
Oh yeah, dude, you're very asymmetrical there.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, your nose is crooked, so. All right. Let's move on. Shoot. There's one that I thought was really good. Oh, we erase and reform our memories. Have we talked about this?
I don't think. Well, if we did, I would have erased and reformed the memory. So
So I looked it up, and
we probably did.
I got like I don't know what this is on. Nat Geo. There's a Nat Geo article. It says when memories are remembered, they can be rewritten. Every time we bring it back an old memory, we run the risk of changing it. It's more like opening a document It's more like opening a document on a computer. The old information enters a surprisingly vulnerable state when it can be edited, overwritten, or even deleted. It takes a while for the memory to come back, become strengthened anew through a process called reconsolidation. Memories aren't just written once, but every time we remember them. This means, somewhat ironically, that when remembering something, it creates a critical window in which memories can be erased and manipulated.
That seems like, I feel like that almost sounds like it could be used as like a form of therapy. Like if you have some traumatic memory, you could eventually rewrite it or get rid of it, or but I don't.
Lacuna.
What is lacuna? Is that from a
I think
book you read?
lacuna.
Lacuna
No,
Matata?
I think lacuna is
You got
the
no memories.
company in Eternal Sunshine
Oh.
that like erases memories. I think it was Lacuna or something like that.
Lacuna.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting to think about. The first time I ever heard this, somebody had said they said like, remember, like everybody remembers where they were on 9/11, like what was happening. But then the thought,
Where were you? What do you remember?
so I was in
Open it up.
I was in middle school. See, I'm opening beep 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 boop, loading memory.
Mm-hmm.
Time to make my edits. Middle school, I remember I obviously heard the news before lunch, but we didn't, whatever class I was in, they didn't have the TV on. Because I remember other kids saying like, oh, so-and-so put it on the TV. Like we watched it. That wasn't in my class, but at lunch, I have a distinct memory of like kids joking about World War III, like just not understanding the severity of it at all. And then my mom pulled me out of school after lunch. I think I was in science, and I walked down, and she was so flustered. And then I have some memories about being at home and like watching it. But again, how accurate is that? I don't know.
See, that a lot of that tracks, because I remember, I mean, went to the same school. I was also in middle school. I was on my way to get my lunch. I was going to get mine, and I remember Brian Roush came around the corner, and he was like, so they blew up the World Trade Centers. Or he was like, he said something like, but he seemed like excited about it. Like, oh, something crazy happened,
Yeah, like we just, like as that age, you just don't understand.
And the only reason it was even remarkable to me was, and I feel like I've said this before, but again, I probably have rewritten that memory. A week prior, I watched some show on television that was like American engineering marvels, and the Twin Towers were like number 2 or something, And
I just watched that.
I had just watched this thing on like the History Channel, but it was like whatever weird off-brand programming they were doing. It was just about how like awesome the Twin Towers were. And I remember thinking like, oh, I want to go see those things one day. And so then to hear they were attacked was like, it broke that sort of like shell that like America is untouchable. And, like all the thing, it's just like, it's like, oh wait, this thing that I thought was like permanent it's not there anymore, So that's why
I didn't even know what they were until I saw it on TV. Like when they were saying the World Trade Center, I was like, it doesn't ring a bell.
Where's that? Is that in the North Pole? The whole world goes there.
So interesting. I'm curious as like if they've done studies about like what exactly you change, Like,
well, I can't remember if I was wearing a blue shirt or a green shirt.
Yeah, does this affect people with like photographic memories or like who remember every detail?
Yeah, I feel like every time you remember a new memory, just like people have different clothes on. Until eventually someone's wearing like a chicken suit or something. Like, no, I swear they were wearing a chicken suit. That's weird because, if memories are, I mean, if you're just like a big composite of all your memories, if those have shaped who we are, and then you go back and remember the memory and it's different, like, then do you become different? Probably not.
It's interesting to think about the stuff that's not like documented as well. Like when you're like things, the times that you only spend with somebody else, like times that we've had together that nobody else was around, and it's just like a memory in our heads.
Yeah.
And like if one of us were to pass, and that's the only way it exists is in one of our minds, and are we just constantly changing it until it's not accurate anymore, and then it's just gone?
Yeah, probably.
It's kind of sad.
Probably. What are people but do you ever feel like your personality, you ever wonder like how much of your personality or like what you think your own thoughts are coming from you or how much are coming from other people? Because sometimes I'll have like a voice in my head and it's like clearly it's like my dad, it's like, especially if it's something around like money or it's some whatever like adage he had told me, like some little saying, that stuck with me or whatever. It's like it's like sometimes I hear things, my thoughts in other people's voices, and it's like, well, that's not me. That's me being influenced by this other person, but maybe because it does influence me in this way, it is a part of me.
I don't think I when I think I'm just thinking of like, oh, so and so would say that, but I'm not. I don't think I like hear it in their voice or
but like if you have like I guess just values or whatever beliefs, like they come from usually your parents.
We talked about this on the other episode. You talked about like ideas being like frequencies that you tune into.
I don't remember that.
Well, you went on a pretty long ramble about it.
No, I do remember it, but do you remember what color my shirt was?
No.
I think it was orange.
We'll have to fact check that.
It's literally on a video. It's literally recorded.
Literally recorded.
Doesn't fucking matter. Literally?
It's ones and zeros.
Literally.
It is
well,
there.
Aaron, listen. People are more than memories. People are a chemical compound that's made up of
water.
And I have oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, calcium, and phosphorus. 6 elements. That's 99% of those 6 elements, and another small percentage, pardon me, is a big yawn. Sulfur, potassium, sodium, chlorine, which you can find in pools, and magnesium.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's people. Huh? Yeah. Remember that scene? Remember that scene in Breaking Bad? When Walter White they're like, he's with like this woman he likes, and they're like going over the chemical composition of a human being.
Oh, I think so.
No, yeah. What color shirts were they wearing?
I don't remember.
Well, anyway, but those are the elements that make up. That's what a human being literally is, dude. We're just atoms, and atoms are mostly space. Like there's a lot of.
You're just made of space dust. That's what you are.
Dude, everything's just vibrating atoms that you can control with your mind if you think hard enough.
How about this one? Every second, you produce 25 million cells.
That's bullshit. I don't believe it. Every second, 25 million cells. Come on.
As we get older, it is therefore not surprising that this DNA template gets worn away and errors occur.
Huh. Get out of town, dude.
Every new cell is reproduced from the template of our DNA. Interesting.
I've noticed a couple new moles, so maybe
It says when we age, we want to keep the template perfect, but that's how.
Yeah, I've noticed some new moles.
Your template, dude, is eroding.
Shifting. No, it's not eroding. It's shifting. It's transforming into a better butterfly.
Oh, you're better.
Into a more perfect, more beautiful, ornate butterfly.
Oh, you're just gonna Benjamin Button this?
No, I'm not
more youthful and.
No, I didn't say youthful. I said more. I don't remember what I said, but I didn't say. I wasn't assuming youth. I wasn't I wasn't saying young.
Just
Obviously,
hot.
but
Are you saying you're hot?
I
You're
mean,
gonna get hotter.
sure, yeah.
You remember Hot or Not?
Was that show?
No,
Or was
Hot or
that like a
Not was like the
website?
website. Like,
Oh yeah,
remember
you
when Mark
upload.
Zuckerberg got in trouble for what did he do? Face smash or something? Or like
Did
he
he?
pitted two. That was his
Yeah,
whole thing. He pitted two kids' photos against each other and then let people vote
yeah,
on them. But that's
yeah.
exactly what Hot or Not was. But well, no, it wasn't like that. Hot or Not was you just had a scale, I think 1 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
and you just rated it just, and then it would load a new picture.
It's
And
like,
I
hey,
think you could upload your own.
let's make everybody feel really bad.
Let's see what everybody ranks me.
That's brave to do. I mean, people do it now though with like they do it on like our roast me, but that's different.
It is a little different. I wonder if there is like a. I wonder if it's still a thing. Hot.
Well, I mean, I guess like on incel boards, they tell each other how ugly they are. Hey, bro, rate me, dude. You're definitely a 4. You
Is
got
that what they do?
Satellite dish ears. Yeah, it's like a thing where they're like, "Yo, dude, this is why you're never gonna get laid. Your nose, you look like a pug." Or I don't know. They'll say mean shit to each other. And it's like, why are you guys doing this to each other?
Yeah, yeah. Because people
Dude,
is strange when you're a stranger.
Dude, people suck. Dude, I'm just kidding. You know, Aaron, I don't want to be a negative person.
You sure?
Well,
How would
yeah.
you? All right, so.
Hold on. You were gonna do a whole thing, and then I.
Oh, it's okay. I have pulled up the 12 archetypes of.
Oh yeah.
Of people.
Yeah, let's do it.
It'd be fun to kind of like.
Well,
I mean, these go pretty in depth.
Obviously, I'm the struggling artist.
Well,
You
it's
see
on
the
here.
struggling. Is it really?
Artist.
That's
1,
me.
ruler. 2, creator/artist. 3, sage.
Both
4,
of those.
the innocent. 5, explorer. 6, rebel. 7, hero. 8, wizard. 9, jester.
Wait,
10,
what?
10,
The
everyman.
fuck is wizard doing in
11,
there?
lover. And 12, caregiver. I don't think you should take it too literally.
What is
Which
this on
one
a
would you like
D&D?
to dive into?
Is this on a fantasy website? What is
Let's
this
go
on?
to the wizard. No, I don't think so.
Who's like my archetype is wizard? And
That's actually
granted,
interesting.
granted, there's people out there, doing magic, like doing rituals and stuff. But I just
Yeah, that's weird. This one gives it as wizard, but then the one, This one says
I'm a wizard.
That's fucking weird. Why would it do that?
What's the wizard archetype? Like you're like
Well, this one says magician now instead of wizard, but I think I think it's the same thing. They're just given different names. Okay, so
that's not an archetype. That's like a
the magician. Motto: I make things happen. Core desire: understanding the fundamental laws of the universe.
okay.
Goal is to make dreams come true. The greatest
Okay.
fear is unintended negative consequences. The strategy is to develop a vision and live by it. Weakness is becoming manipulative. Talent is finding win-win solutions. The magician is also known as the visionary, catalyst, inventor, charismatic leader, shaman, healer, and medicine man.
You know what, dude? That actually sounds a lot like me.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were.
No.
I found yours. It's the jester.
Okay, read it.
Okay, the jester. Motto: you only live once. Core desire: to live in the moment with full enjoyment. Goal is to have a great time and lighten up the world. Greatest fear: being bored or boring others. Strategy: play, make jokes, be funny. Weakness: frivolity, wasting time. Talent is joy. The jester is also known as the fool, trickster, joker, practical joker, or comedian.
Dude, I align more with magician, I'm telling you.
I think you do, actually.
Because
Because you never bring me joy.
It's fucked up for you to say. Hold on, what's this? We got to find yours now. Aaron, as the de facto director I'm going to just go straight to ruler. Motto, power isn't everything, it's the only thing. Core desire, control, goal, create a prosperous, successful community or family. Strategy, exercise, power. Greatest fear, chaos, being overthrown. Weakness, being authoritarian, unable to delegate. Talent, responsibility, leadership. The ruler is also known as the boss, the leader, the aristocrat, king, queen, politician, role model, manager, or administrator. An admin. A Discord. It says Discord admin.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like me.
No, not really.
Doesn't feel like me.
If I'm trying to be honest.
I think I'm the magician, dude.
No, I'm the magician. We can both be magicians. You can have two magicians. We're the Magi. Let's call our podcast The Gift of the Magi. And the podcast is our gift. And we're the Magi.
I don't think this is a gift.
I kind of like the club theme I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like somehow naming the podcast to something kind of has to do with like us getting into the club. That is the listener's brain.
Oh, it's way too convoluted.
Backdoor cast. Slip. I don't know. I don't know. All right, whatever. There's all kinds of these personality tests, though. There's the Enneagrams. There's, there's Disney princess quizzes on Facebook.
A lot of them are very helpful for when you go to write stories or screenplays. It's good to like wrap your head around these archetypes because then you know how to use them to your advantage. And like, because each one of them is built in with like desires and fears and all that stuff is like just really good because it helps when a story presses on a certain button on your character and then you think, what would make them do this? So it's good to look into if you're a writer. Look, check it out. Can't do any harm.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of little tools like that to help flesh out a character. I think the best way to develop a character, Aaron, is to go on Craigslist and have as many interactions.
Go ride somebody's bike.
Yeah, go
Just
ride.
Go ride a guy's bike.
He'll bring it out to you. And you ride the bike and you tell him you don't like it.
That could be a show. You go on Craigslist with the intention of buying something. You buy
Wheeling
it,
and dealing.
But the whole purpose is just to sit down and talk to the person.
Yeah.
So you're like, look, I'll buy this, but will you let me chat with you for 10 minutes? And then you just talk.
Dude, I remember in Chicago, sometimes I'd like buy a homeless person like Subway, but I'd be like, will you tell me your story?
You've done that?
Yeah.
I would buy those guys a sub, but I wouldn't be like, no, now I want something out of it. Oh, man. Ew. Ew.
I don't think I said it. I don't think I framed it like I was like, will you tell me your story? Like I reached down my hand and pulled them out of the gutter. I think I was coming from a place of wanting to like understand. You know, I'm a young kid. Yeah, I've never like, I grew up in a little nice quaint suburb where there's like none of that. And then you see it and like, me being me, I wanted to understand the world. So I go about it in the weird forthright way that I do. And I think the dude asked me, I don't know, I think he asked me. And so then I was like, well, yeah. And, and I was curious how he got to the streets. A lot of people I talk to, usually it's like they lived with like a family member that was like getting Social Security or something. And then that family member died and then they had, no one else to take care of them.
Man, you remember, there was, Wrigley was like such a crazy, like that really brought so many different types of people out. Mm-hmm. Like you really, I don't know, just like the drunk Cubby fans to the bros to the high up executives probably in their,
Yeah.
nice suites. Like, it just was such a interesting time.
Dude, there were, I mean, you could almost bet on any given night there were innocents there and artists and rulers and outlaws and magicians and jesters.
All of them are probably there.
Everyman. I don't know, dude. But to me, everybody's an everyman. You're in my story. Everyone's a background character.
Oh, I was going to bring that up. So
The whole, main character thing?
yeah, like the whole NPC main character thing that's been.
Yeah, that's like I mean, what about it?
Just that some people truly think that they're like in a simulation and that like everybody that's not them is.
It's an
fake.
enticing idea. I mean, how is
Tell
it not
us
an
more.
enticing? How is it not an enticing idea?
You want to believe that you're like the only real person, like and
No,
that
no,
everybody
no.
else is just like a bot.
No, when I say I guess when I say enticing, so that maybe that kind of sounds like I want it to be true.
Yeah.
No, well then I don't. I didn't mean to use the word enticing. I get why people.
Oh, you get why people think that way?
Yeah, I get why people are drawn to it.
What
I
do
get why-
you think the draw is?
I mean, literally the Matrix film. Like I don't think seriously. I don't think people understand like how like films and television and like that medium is like it's like a form of like hypnosis, like where like it implants ideas in your head in a way where then you internalize it, and it's like, and so then your people are kind of primed for that. It's like how much science fiction then even became reality. These ideas get kind of planted in society, and then people are primed to feel a certain way. And then, I don't know, you get a dude like Elon Musk being like, oh, yeah, it's very possible that we're actually in a simulation, given the. And then people are like, oh, shit. And then people want it to be, people like want that shit to be real.
Well, also, it's probably people use it as like an easy excuse to like excuse their shitty behavior, oh, like nothing, this doesn't really matter, or you're not real, or like, this is all about me. Like that whole the whole meme or the idea of like the main character, it's like an abundance of importance placed on your shoulders to like be the hero. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like, oh, be the hero of your own story, but it's like be the hero of the only story. Like that's where I think it gets a little like wishy-washy, where it's like there's only one story and you're the main dude, so you better do something, quick.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but
well, no, I think it's like I think that type of like idea, if you carry that type of idea, yeah, it can be like you can use it to be productive, and it's like, oh yeah, like I should do something important with my life. Or it could turn dark, and it's like, yeah, you become like a selfish, narcissistic asshole, and like everyone is there to fulfill, everyone is there to fulfill like your desires and whims, and things are happening to you. And you start taking shit all personally. So it's about finding a nice little balance. These are all just fun little ideas that, I think it's kind of funny. Like, what did somebody say? Like, there was some like fast food worker who like made a joke about NPCs, and then like someone was like, you stand in the one spot and say the same thing every day. And they were like, oh shit, I am an NPC.
I mean, we all do though.
Yeah.
Most people are in a routine doing the same things. It's just people convince themselves that they're not to make themselves feel better about it. But
hey, whatever you got to do to get through the day.
Gotta get through the day. Gotta get to the next one.
Mm-hmm. To then get through that one. So I can get to the next one to get through that one.
So I can level up.
Ad nauseum. Ad infinitum.
Power up. I wish that happened in real life to people. I wish you could actually see people leveling up for doing stuff. What if you like did career path, like on Cyberpunk? You could be like street kid, the
Corpo.
what were they? Corpo, and then the
I think it was like waiter.
waiter.
Yeah, it was like service industry.
Yeah, I don't think so. What would your career path be? Creator, influencer.
Oh golly gosh, I don't know, like some skilled trade or something, like working like would I want to be a doctor? No. This is hard because I'm thinking like, all right, what could I make myself, what different thing could I make myself good at? Let's think about what I'm good at now, Aaron.
Okay.
Being in front of a camera.
Yeah, you're all right.
I think. Yeah, I could. Thank you. Being, generally entertaining. Dude, you know what I want to do? I want to be a soap opera actor.
That'd be cool.
I think I could do a good.
Career path. Why
I
haven't
think
you
I could
tried
do-
out? You should do that.
I should. I just haven't I've thought about it so many times. Like I don't know. I actually Googled it today, trying to like find where you even start. And I don't know. I got to figure that out because I really think, because I'm good at memorizing lines.
Yeah.
And I know you have to memorize a shit ton of lines. And I do not think I'm an amazing actor, but I think I'm good enough to be on a soap opera.
Careful.
I know how that sounds.
Well,
And I hope none of my future co-stars ever see this, because they're gonna go, "What, you think like we're not actors?" And I'll be like, "No, I was just kidding. I was joking."
do you? I would imagine it's hard to pull down. Like that's like a consistent.
Oh.
I mean, it's like unless they kill your character off. Don't soap operas? How do soap operas run? Is it? Do they do seasons or is it just
I don't know.
like weekly forever?
And
Is
I
that-
think there's only like 4 that still run. It's like what are soap operas on TV? I think it's like Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful, General Hospital, The Young and the Restless.
those are all still running.
Only as long. When was this fucking posted? Seems like a recent article.
I
As
can't
long time
even tell you. I mean, I don't have cable anymore, but it would just trip me out to turn on the TV and see a soap opera. It's been so long. Does Netflix have any soap operas on their, or like any streaming service? I'm like super
Dude,
intrigued about this. Should we write one?
Dude, I was just gonna say, I feel like there's a hole in the market.
Is there a parody soap opera? I guess I'm thinking of the Californians from SNL. They kind of did that.
Yeah.
Californians.
And there was, and what's his name? Will Ferrell did that Telemundo parody.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Mikasa something?
But that wasn't a soap opera.
No, it wasn't. It was like the Telemundo, like whatever their version is. You know? But like,
So you want to be a soap opera star?
I just think I'd be
Consistent
good at
acting
it.
work
Yeah,
in front of the camera, entertaining.
I can memorize lines.
Dude,
They'll give me
your
nice
grandma-
products to take care of my skin.
Oh, you would have the most glowing.
Yeah, dude, I would.
They'd have you grow your hair really
I would glow up.
long, and you would have a glow up for sure.
I would glow up. My hair would always be looking good. I just think it'd be fun, and I think it'd be a funny. Yeah, I think it'd be a funny career path for me to go on, to be like, oh yeah, he does soap operas now.
I knew I that when you said that too, I knew you would like it because it's like ironic.
Yeah,
You like this is like to a T, like.
but
it's so
not
you.
really. But not really. Like I wouldn't do it I wouldn't walk in there like, oh, I'm gonna act into your fucking soap opera. Like no, I would take it seriously.
I know you would, and I know you're right about your like learning lines. Like you're very good at memorizing, and I think you would definitely be good at it. But I think in the back of your mind, you like the way it looks for you. You know?
Well, shouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody, but not everybody knows each other like we know each other, and so like I don't think that it would necessarily be apparent to anybody else. But when you said that, it makes sense to me, knowing because I know you well.
Right.
Like, oh, I like that
You
because it's like you said, it's an entertainer. It's like you're in front of you're entertaining, but also
Yeah.
it's got that quirky like. It's like, oh, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I would just need to work on doing the whole keeping a straight face thing because it's so like melodramatic. Like I just think it'd be hard to take it seriously.
Well, not if you could be brought in as like the hippy dippy like brother, you know. My stepbrother's got to move in.
Yeah.
Starving artist. He's gonna
Struggling
live in the
artists.
struggling artist. He's
Yeah.
got to live in the basement. He's gonna catch some waves during the day, and hope you don't mind. Try and
He'll be
film a short film during the night.
He's gonna build a tress in the back for the wine we're growing. He's gonna for the wine for the. He's really good working with his hands.
But then the wife starts looking at the goods.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, and then there's a love interest there.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're gay, so then it's like,
okay, yeah.
And then you actually are after. Oh wait, did I say that was your brother?
My brother. So
Could
I'm
make
after
for some interesting.
bringing some incest
Drama.
into soap. Dude, I think the first ever incest storyline in a soap opera could be
Maybe
interesting.
Gain some eyeballs.
Yeah.
Might be onto something here.
Yeah, so that's okay. To tie this back into our topic, which is people.
People.
That's the person I want to be.
That's good. It's good.
That's
But that's career. Okay, so that's career path. Is there anything?
Yeah.
Is there anything like about you?
I need to be more giving of my time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
I don't have
be more charitable or just more altruistic.
You know what? I was recently talking to a friend of ours. I'm sure he won't. I would like to get him on the podcast. Danny Backer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Danny would be great to talk to.
And he's his TikTok is pretty popular right now, and he's just always been to me been like an insightful person. But like he was saying, he's like a teacher. And he was just saying how like it's felt so good, and he was always like chasing the dream, like of wanting to be like a successful artist and blah blah blah. And then he just talked about how like being a part of community feels so much more fulfilling. And I think there's a lot to be said about that than like, instead of like insulating yourself and like trying to like make it as something, it's like you would feel not that that can't be worth doing, but like finding a true sense of fulfillment does come with like surrounding yourself with people in a community that have like a common goal that isn't necessarily about like capitalizing on something, or like that isn't necessarily about like, fucking grinding 9 to 5, blah, blah, blah.
It's really interesting. I've thought about that too, because they have like the local community theater in like our town, and I never got into the theater in high school, and I've always been like, man, I want to, and I feel like I just need that push. Well, also the time, but that's really intriguing. Like I wonder if I would find that there, just being like being just a part of a group like that.
Yeah.
So he gets it from being a teacher.
He says he gets it from like being working in a school system.
Yeah.
Which your wife was a teacher for a time. I don't know. Yeah. Did she ever talk about?
Well, I think I mean, when you work with kids and like you're absolutely going to be a small part of the community that you're influencing a bunch of young children in that immediate area, and so I imagine that she felt that way too. We should also mention that Danny, and if we have him on, we'll talk more in depth about this, is an author, and he's written 2 books, and they're really good. Everybody should check them out. We'll have him on. There's so much insight to be gained from Danny. He's a super wicked smart dude.
Wicked smart. He's fucking wicked smart, brah.
Yeah.
Well, now I got to flip the questions on you.
Yeah. I think it's actually interesting you brought that up about Danny, because I think I could benefit from a little less. I think I'm a little too. focused, too narrowly
Like work
focused
focused?
on like movie, like creating. It's not a bad
Mm-hmm.
thing at all, but sometimes that consumes me, and it's like easy to forget that it's like, oh, I have a lot here. It's really, I've been trying to practice gratitude this year, and man, it's just so important to. I don't do anything like they say, like, oh, have a gratitude journal. Not knocking it, I just haven't done it. But if anybody doesn't know, it's like you have a little thing, and when you wake up or when you go to bed at night, I think it's maybe when you wake up, you like write like 3 things that you're grateful for. Like, it doesn't need to be big, or it could be small, it could be anything. But it's like the practice of gratitude is supposed to be really helpful for like mental health and stuff, just to help you appreciate, because so many people get down in the dumps about what they don't have. It's supposed to
Right.
help rewire.
That's the thing
I don't do
people
that.
do. Why do people do that? Why do people focus on what they don't have? It's an interesting thing people do.
Just your desire to keep growing and acquiring resources, and I don't know. I think that people. I think, sorry, really quick, because I actually do have an answer for that. I think people, it's hard for people to find happiness in what they have, because in this day and age, especially, we're like constantly sold that happiness comes from like things, like you need to have X, Y, and Z. If only I had this, I'll be happy. You ever realize that? Like, you ever look at something and be like, oh man, I need new, that I need to replace that. I need something, like newer, and then I'll be set.
I mean, I do. I definitely want a new PlayStation.
There you go. You get a PlayStation. Dude, if I got a PlayStation,
but
I'd
you know what,
set.
but I could say pretty assuredly that, like, I don't think my happiness like
It's
hinges
derived from
on
that.
it.
Yeah. But in your mind, you're telling yourself you'd be happy if you got it. For instance, tell me how messed up this is. I want a Steam Deck. I've got a Nintendo Switch. I've got a PS5.
Yeah,
I've
you're sick
got
in the head. Yeah, you're sick.
I've got a shelf of games that I haven't played.
Yeah, you're mentally ill.
And I'm like, man, if I had a Steam Deck, I could play all my Steam games I haven't played in forever. I could just, and then I like imagine it. I'm like, I could sit in bed and I could be just playing before. Oh man, like, I haven't played that. Oh, Doom, I haven't picked up Doom. Like, this, that, PC exclusives. Then I could have them because I can't get it on my PS5 or Nintendo. Like, I could play my achievements. I could multiplayer. Dude, it goes on. And that's just one thing. Not to mention everything else. Like, I'll convince myself, I need to shoot more. I'm going to shoot some short films. I need a camera. What the fuck is my phone? I need something more like.
Well, you need a gimbal. You need a stabilizing gimbal gambit.
Stabilizing gimbal, yeah. Oh, what's this?
Oh, yeah. You got it.
Yeah, DJI Pocket Osmo Pro. Like I've got. You just make excuses, and then you do think, like you just said, am I ill? Like, what am I? It's like a weird hurdle that your brain. It's some gymnastics that you're just like, oh, this is what I need. I'll be happy. This will be perfect if I get this.
Yeah,
do you do that?
Yes. My big, honestly, I can say my big focus, and maybe I need to stop obsessing over it, is like I just trying to like get my credit card debt down,
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I say that, and it's like, I definitely, like, there's shit I buy where I'm like, I don't need to fucking buy this, and I'm buying this, and like I could just, so like I do it to myself as well. But like that's kind of, but just to answer your question of like, what's the one thing I want to be happy right now? It's not a thing. I'm trying to get rid of debt.
Yeah.
So then, well, cause dude, the interest fucking, it'll kill you. You just end up paying the interest off. And hey, stop it. They just want food. They want food. They're not happy. Hey, come on. Stop. Enough of this nonsense. Break it up.
Cat fight.
Tiny.
Cat fight. That's what happens.
Damn. So
That's what happens.
Not that bad.
Animalistic. Wow.
Sorry about that.
Are they okay? Is everybody safe over there?
Yeah, they're fine. It sounded bad, but honestly, that happens like once every 2 weeks. And then they're fine. They're fine.
What are they fighting over?
They're hungry. They want to eat, and so it's just that time.
They're
it's
about
like dark.
to eat each other.
They just get ornery.
Well, yeah, because
Look at
like animals, they don't understand that you got cans of food, and they're just like, hey, if this continues, there's only gonna be enough for one of us.
They must think that way, because I'm literally every night I give them both their bowls, but as I'm dishing the food out, they just start like tussling with each other, and I'm like, you're both gonna get fed like you do every single time, but little animal brains can't get past whatever territorial nonsense is going on.
Yeah, little cat brains, tiny little cat brains.
I feel like there was more. I know we're going longer than we normally do, but there was something we were talking about just now, because you were talking about wanting things, and I said I wanted to get out of debt, and then there was something else.
Gratitude.
Before that. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's gone.
Well, career path.
There's that.
My career path.
Oh, yeah.
See, it's tricky because like yours, because yours is just like a slightly different path from which you took, but it's still like in the arts. It's still like creative.
Yeah, I kind of copped out. I didn't pick a whole new.
No, and you don't have to. I didn't say you have to.
You know what it would be, just real quick to answer. It'd be wind turbine engineer.
Okay.
Because I don't mind heights.
Dangerous. That's a little risky job.
Yeah, I kind of like a job with some danger. You know, of course I say that never having really done it, but you know. I do like I'm not scared of heights normally. But anyway, go ahead. It's your turn.
I mean, so many things intrigue me, but I don't think I'm smart enough. If I could redo my character, I think I would add some points on like intelligence and.
But like what? Like math? Like what kind of?
Well, yeah, but I've like never really been interested in like engineering or like I think more so.
Imagine if you were though. Imagine you're all of a sudden interested in engineering now.
I did. There was a brief spurt where I wanted to be like an architect when I was younger. So, yeah, man, yeah, call me Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh, dude, good one. That's pretty good.
Because that'd be fun. Yeah, let's say that, like an architect, like a really like, and also highly sought after, you know.
Dude, and you designed the wind turbines, and I'll build them.
Okay.
Would you want to be a civil engineer architect, or would you want to make homes for like rich people, or like would you want to make what do you want to build?
See, that's the trick of it. I was gonna say homes, but I mean, depending on how intricate and big, then ultimately you are building for rich people.
But I feel like maybe you'd have like, you know, you'd figure out like the green space. You'd like figure out how to like make an urban area like green and like all energy efficient and whatever shit. And then, you know, you would be like, all right, now I'm going to build one really cool house.
I think I would like to actually, maybe I would specialize in making really abstract houses that are like really they're like anti-houses. They don't make any sense and they're really hard to live in. It's like, cool. Yeah, your bedroom, okay, you're gonna have to take like the flights of stairs. It just gets like narrower as you go up, and it's just really takes a long time to get to. Probably be a lot of fire hazards too, because it's like if anything happened, it'd be really hard to get out in time. Imagine you had to take like a 20-minute trip to get to your room just because like you have to like, oh, take this flight up, go down this hallway, go round up, take an elevator. It's like a commute. It's an experience. My homes are an experience. You want to live there? You're going to live there, okay? But you're going to need to map out when you eat, because by the time you get to your bedroom, if you're still hungry or you need to go to the bathroom, you might have an accident because of how long it takes you to get there. Or it's like shifting, like the rooms change. Oh, that's it, man. It's a roguelike, but your house it constantly changes
every time you wake up. Yeah, I think you should do it so every time you wake up in the night, your house switches, and you got to tell the children, don't go out in the house at night. You might get caught between one of the walls, and those gears will grind you right up.
But yeah, they're like a series of cubes, and they all shift. It's like imagine living in like a Rubik's cube. So you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm hungry. It's like, I gotta find the kitchen.
Like, where's the kitchen today?
That's the fun of it.
That's cool. I like that idea.
Cool. That's what I want to do.
All right. Figured it out. Just figured out how to make them wind powered. Okay, so I have a job.
Yeah. Also, maybe we can install like a little apartment in the wind tower. Man, remember when we were taking the road trip back and we saw some of the deconstructed wind turbines like in Iowa or whatever, just laying there?
Yeah.
Those things are huge.
Yeah, you see the trucks driving like just like one blade, and it's just this giant piece of metal.
Yeah, it's insane. And you want to work on there. I never knew. I got a whole new appreciation for you, Vin. How badass you are.
I think I saw it recently. I don't know. It's just like, you know, because when you're sitting in front of a computer all day and you're doing the whole grass is greener thing, and like, oh, I work outside, you know, working like, oh, like, you know, we gotta figure out like this energy thing, you know, like we can't just keep burning oil and coal forever. Like, you know, we gotta invest in renewables. Like, I don't know. That seems, I don't know. Some people think wind energy sucks, and maybe it does, but like not efficient. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't actually know. It just seemed cool to me. It seemed interesting enough. I think it was mostly like the heights thing. I felt like that's not a job everybody can do, and I felt like that's a job I could do.
You could be a roller coaster tester.
I would love that even more. But like, you might get injured a lot doing that. They're like, no, you're in like the really early stages of testing these. Like, they put you in a simulator. Like, they have like one of those things. Like, all of our roller coasters are first designed in a simulator, so we're gonna put you in it.
I'm pretty sure that some of those roller coasters
break my neck
at Six Flags like gave me head trauma. I probably have some like long lasting. I don't know. We'll see.
There was the raging. What was it? The raging wolf bobs or something.
The two wooden ones. They had the villain and the raging wolf bob. And the raging wolf bob was like an old coaster that they kept running. That thing was like. It was. Yeah, man. You like, come out of there shell shocked.
Not fun at all.
Yeah, this is great. So much fun. But the villain wasn't as rickety, but it still threw you around quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember getting off the Raging Wolf Bob, like,
dude, yeah.
Just like I for some reason I thought it'd be cool. Like, yeah, let's go ride the old wooden one. And yeah, it sucked. It was
more like let's see if we don't die. But the villain, remember on the first drop of the villain, there was the low-hanging... You always thought, like, if I reach up high enough, my arms are gone.
I don't remember the villain, if I'm being honest.
The villain was fun, but, man, that first drop, it was you go into, like, a tunnel, and it was all wood. Also, man, looking at those, and you're just like, this is so much wood. It's so, like...
Yeah.
Can you imagine what a roller coaster would look like, a wooden roller coaster, if it caught on fire? That'd be
awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be like the biggest bonfire ever. I guess.
How do they know termites aren't in that thing? It just seems like I feel like that's more expensive to maintain that thing than to just. Yeah, like you gotta constantly be check. Yeah, you gotta. And it's in Ohio, dude. It's like it rains and like there's
like carpenter ants and
covered in snow half the year, and
that's true. Well, I mean, judging by how the quality deteriorated on some of those, I'm not so sure they checked them that much, because they just felt like they shook more. But even the metal ones, we had the Batman. Remember the Batman? I thought the Batman was one of the smoothest roller coasters they had there. It was like
prestige. That was prestige roller coasting.
I think so. It was big and yellow and like purple. It had big purple stands or something.
Yeah, and I love the colors.
Brett and I went one day because we live so close. We went one day and it was not busy at all. And we were like, okay, we're going to see. There was no line. We're going to see how many times in a row we can ride this. We rode, I think it was.
You told me like over 40 times.
No. But it was between 15 and 20.
Oh, okay.
And by around like the 15 mark. Because keep in mind, dude, we got off of it. We would run to the, like, there was no wait. And yeah, we got into the teens. And I was like, I don't feel like my head is not okay.
Yeah. Do you think the kids running it were like, God damn it, just stop?
It had to have been, because at certain points, I think we were like some of the only ones on it.
Don't they have to keep running them anyway for like whatever reason?
Maybe.
Or like,
maybe. I mean, what else?
Nest in there.
I mean, I guess it's better checking 2 people than like a whole thing of it, but that was crazy. Like looking back on that, like how that coaster was so awesome. That first drop, because I'll never forget. It has like a tiny little one. Remember the little dip first?
Yeah,
first hill. There's a little dip, and then it goes like, what would you even call that? It's like corkscrews down. It's like a little.
That's accurate.
Yeah, that was fun. They moved it somewhere. I think they took it apart piece by piece, and
I think they turned it into wind turbines.
Maybe.
Imagine you see like out in Iowa, like just amongst like the white wind turbines are like some purple and yellow. Just like I recognize that metal.
The Batman logo on there?
It's the Batman coaster.
Hell?
Repurposed.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to do something with all that material, all that raw material. It's not just forever.
Junket.
Junket.
And now they're building houses back there. Did you know that?
Like on the old park?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's like
because it's a huge plot of land, and now they are paving it all, and they're gonna put a whole. I think they're calling it Renaissance Park.
That'd be funny if like your house, like people's houses back there, like Phantom Shook. Like it's like instead of like an ancient Indian burial ground,
you just
it's
like heard like the screaming of people on roller coasters.
Yeah. Yeah, or you see like at night, like you see like something like whoosh by and you're like ghost coasters coming through or something.
That'd be cool. I mean, some of those were pretty old. The Big Dipper they had there. I mean, because it was.
But like you see what? No, so you see the cotton candy vendor out there? It's like, Mark, there was no cotton candy vendor. Like, no, he was there.
I could swear. I think they're keeping the lake though, like where they had SeaWorld across. Can you believe there was a SeaWorld over there? This is just so much over there. It's so hard to believe. You drive by it now and it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like a big pile of rubble.
I haven't driven by it in a while. I feel like it's probably even in more. I think when I remember seeing the last time I saw it, there were still like some big pylons up, but I'm sure that's all gone now.
No, yeah. I mean, well, now they're developing it, so now you got a bunch of excavators and stuff, and big piles of dirt.
I just wish we would have fucking snuck in there once. You know, when we were like,
I think there's drone video before they got all the coasters removed, when it was just like abandoned. Yeah, man, I wish we were able to get, like, we could have done like a creepy horror film or something in there.
Did I ever tell you about the time me and Nick Johnson in Chicago snuck into the zoo one night?
Yeah, but wait, remind me what happened. Weren't you on a bike ride?
Yeah, we threw our bike, like we like hoisted our bikes over the fence. Like it was not an easy task.
Well, okay, really, but to clarify, this was the Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago, which was free to the public. Obviously not late at night, it closed, but yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we wanted to go ride our bikes through the zoo at night. Like we thought it'd be fun to do. And so we get over there, we get our bikes over, we get over it. We were riding for 10 seconds, and then a guy in a golf cart, it just comes around the corner and stops, and we all stop, and we're just like, all right, we're going. And
wait, what did he say? Because I feel like you told me he was like, whoa, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
like,
we kind of
you're surprised.
We kind of freaked him out because I told the story all wrong. I rewrote the memory. Yeah, we kind of freaked him out because he was like, I didn't expect to see anybody in here. And we were like,
you threw your bikes over, you idiots.
Yeah. So then he like watched it. He almost like with fascination, like watched us get back over the. He's like wanted to see how we did it.
Yeah, I'm not opening this for you.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He made us throw our bikes back over the fence.
Nice.
Stop it.
Are they still fighting?
Yeah, they're fine.
Tell them to be nice.
Stop it.
Stop fighting.
Well, bro.
Anything else on
I
people to cover? What do you want more of from people and less of from people?
I want
In
more
the most
kind.
in general.
I want more kindness. I want more gratitude.
I knew
want
you were
more.
gonna go there.
I want more. Um. I want less gossip. I want less. Less. Oh my god! I had a whole fucking list I was gonna do.
Yeah, and it's all predictable.
Well,
Because
yeah.
you know
I mean,
what? You know what? You know what I want? I want more rise and grinders. Okay? I want more hustlers. I want more 4 a.m.ers. Okay?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
want a world of Gary V's.
Dude, I want to copy. I want to copy. You know what's funny? Control C to paste is Control V. Gary V. I want to paste as many Gary V's into the world, and have them all running a business. And
The funny thing is, you can't. Not everybody can't be. You can't have everybody be a Gary V. You know.
no, dude. Gary V wants to run his business. He needs
You need
non-Gary.
people. Yeah,
he
you
needs
need-
non-Gary V's to do the shit.
You need somebody to do the
So-
grunt work.
That's why it's is grift the right word for it? I know that word gets used a lot, so I don't want to just like overuse it. He's a motivational speaker, dude. He's a fucking. And those have been around for a long time, so it's like whatever. He gets you amped, he gets you pumped up, dude. I've even said I've been put under the spell of Gary V. I've listened to him talk, and I'm like, yeah, I can do it, and
Yeah, you watch one of those motivational videos on YouTube where it's like his
Yeah.
speech or somebody's speech like it that's like over like bodybuilders and like
yeah, people running
presenting
track.
stuff to like thousands of people and just like on
Yeah.
top of the world, and you're like,
Yeah, I'm not
I could do that.
immune. Yeah,
I could do that. I want to feel that. What's this I'm feeling?
it's the power.
It's the
the
power.
V. It's V power.
You could, dude. You can meet Gary and say, "I'm a fella V, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'm Vinners."
You're Gary V. I'm Vinny D. let's make some deals. Let's make some.
Let's team up.
Let's make something happen in
See
here.
what
I
we
got
can
my.
do.
I got my friend. He wants to build roguelike houses. What do
You
you
ever
think?
heard of
You want to invest? You want to invest in that?
Put some wind turbines on there. What do you think?
My business proposal to Gary V. I'm gonna try to tie this up with the topic. People need to, dude. You know what I actually think would be a sweet. But no, and I've talked about that. Never mind. I'm just gonna shut up.
What a perfect end to the episode is. To,
I think Gary. I would partner up with Gary V to bring the next level of AR. Okay, forget VR, man. I want augmented reality. I want to see those level up charts. I want a HUD when I'm riding my scooter or car in the future, hopefully. I want to map skins onto the world and make it,
Well, do I have some news for you that you're probably not privy to?
I want to walk down LA streets. Hold on, one more. I want to walk down LA streets in what's normally a bunch of garbage. I want an AR algorithm to just remove all the garbage. So I'm still traipsing through it, but I don't have to look at it.
Bloomberg has reported some details about Apple's new AR VR goggle. Don't look it up right now. I'm gonna tell you. I could see the flicker of your screen go on. So there's a knob that you can supposedly. I don't know how. I'm assuming this is pretty
knob?
accurate. There's like a little switch,
knob,
something that you can toggle between AR
like
and
on
VR.
an old TV screen.
I don't know. Imagine it, but Apple. The Apple like made it fancy. Okay,
The
so
Apple
something-
knob. Yeah,
Apple knob. I don't know, or maybe it's a switch. I don't freaking know. They don't even have any pictures of this thing, but you can toggle, so you can go full VR, or you could like toggle to AR, and then you could see the world around you and just have the things. Supposedly, it's really good hand tracking, like advanced hand tracking tech. So like you select things. I don't know if you select things like in the visor, or it's just like sees the flick of your wrist, or you do some kind of movement, and then because I know it also has eye tracking. So you just
What if I'm a
look-
vet and I got 4 fingers blown off when I was in
I
Iraq?
think it's
Is
just
it
then
gonna...
you use eye tracking and you just can look at an app and maybe blink or something. I don't know, and it
Okay.
opens
I'm just making sure it's accessible to everybody.
Look, I'm not sure of all the details, but I think you're going to get your HUDs, okay? You're going to get your stats. It's already gone out to developers, so I'm sure somebody's working on it.
You know what I just wanted? I wanted when we were playing D&D, I wanted to see little... I didn't want to have to use my imagination. I wanted to see the little
The battle
fight
combat.
play out. Yeah, it's like I roll the die, and then the computer sees like 10, and then it just animates the little thing. Like, I thought that would be cool to see.
That would be. But at what point do you turn it all over to the computer? That's the tricky part. Like, do you even turn the die roll over to the computer?
Yeah.
So you got to be some physical action.
'Cause then you're
But
just
I
like-
agree that if you had physical guys, but then it augments the action.
Well, D&D still requires a lot of like it's malleable to the human input to like storytelling. It's like you can decide. Like, there's an infinite number of things you could technically decide. Try to piss the DM off.
True.
Can I use my agility to jump over? Can I grab? You said there were vines. I want to grab onto the vines and then get the character's head between my thighs in a leg lock and then strangle him to death. I guess a dex roll and a strength roll and.
Yeah, there was a couple of those. They were just like guessing. What is this gonna take? Mine were all intelligence rolls because my character was so goddamn stupid that I was just constantly trying to do stupid things. Yeah.
Well, what you got? Any final thoughts on people? Which, by the way, I would like to say the topic. I think almost
we
none
didn't
of
really cover it. I think
Dude,
all of it had an underlying idea of people.
it was practically a suggestion at an improv show.
That's how maybe most of our topics should be thought of.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is going to be a jumping off point, and maybe we'll circle back to it when we're in need. But
Right.
No final thoughts on people.
All right. Well, hey man, have a good rest of your evening, and I'm sure I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, buddy.
All right, man. Good night.
Good night.
It's Phone Calls.